Hello friends, I'm Dr. Rajni Gaur and today I'm going to take up a new topic from my subject language across the curriculum. This topic belongs to Unit 3 and it is the fourth theory of language development. This theory is known as social learning theory and this is given by Albert Bandura, the great social cognitivist and psychologist. Albert Bandura was born on 4th December 1923 in the province of Alberta, Canada. He obtained his doctorate in 1952 from University of Iowa. He joined Stanford in 1953 as a teacher. He has his keen interest in learning and behaviorism. He has done a great deal of work on social learning throughout his career. He got fame for his social learning theory, which he has recently renamed social cognitive theory. In 1986, Psychology to Education. He wrote Social Foundations of Thoughts and Actions, which provides the framework of social cognitive theory. American Psychological Association awarded him by Thorndike Award for his distinguished contribution in the field of psychology. Now, I'm going to discuss with you the social learning theory. Bandura agrees with the behaviorist learning theories of classical conditioning and operant conditioning given by Kohler and Skinner. But the difference between conditioning theories and social cognitive theory in his focus on cognition. In social learning theory, he emphasized on the importance of observation and modeling, the behavior, attitude, reaction of other surroundings by us. He explains human behavior as a continuous reciprocal interaction between cognitive behavior of an individual. He said that children observe the people around them behaving in a variety of ways. These people act as model to children. And we know that imitation is the foremost characteristic of children. So children always follow whatever they observe or they behave. Children encode their behavior and copy them. This copied behavior, when strengthened, became learning. Second point on which he focused, his theory focuses on process and experiments dealing with modeling. He had conducted many studio and experiments dealing with modeling. For it, he made a film for his students. In this film, a young woman beat up a doll and he took a bob. This experiment is also known as a bob doll experiment because he took a bob doll, which is an inflatable at shaped balloon creature with the weight in the bottom that make it bob back up when he knock her down. The woman punched the bob, kicked it, sat on it, hit with a little hammer, and so on, shouting various aggressive phrases too. He divided the children into three groups, and each group watched this video with the different ending the three videos are. The first video showed the ending as the woman being rewarded for her behavior. In the second video, showed that the ending as the woman being punished for her behavior. And the third video, and with no consequences for this behavior. After showing this film, children are sent to play in playground. Children found Bob dolls with the little hammers. Observers were already appointed and there for the observation. of the behavior of a children. So children of each group behave differently. The behavior of children were resembling as in video. They imitate the behavior as they have watched. Bandura said that fixation of behavior depends upon reward or punishment, means on weakening or strengthening of behavior. And definitely, our reward and punishment always works behind the behavior modification of an individual. He established some steps which are involved in the process of modeling. According to him, there are the two sources of learning. First is observation and second is imitation. Now, the steps of theory. First step of social cognitive theory is attention. Attention helps in learning, and in order to learn anything, children should be attentive if model is a tractor, competent, or prestigious. Children will pay more attention and observe it keenly. Second is retention. In this step, children retain which they have paid attention to. For retention, images and language play an important role. We store what we perceive as being attractive. We store something in the form of mental images and verbal descriptions. So, whatever the event or the situation which is to be attentively attended by the child is to be retained for a longer period of time. Next is reproduction. The reproduction involves conversion of these mental images or descriptions into actions or actual behavior. Behavior accomplishment depends on attention, retention, and ability of children. Next is motivation. It is an important factor for imitation. Motives are the factors which are required for children to do some actions. If there is no motive, then definitely the action is also not done as per the expectations. Motives can be positive and can be negative. Positive motivation like past reinforcement, promise reinforcement, etc. And negative motivation like past punishment and promised punishments. He combines behavioral and cognitive philosophies to form this theory of modeling. According to him, human personality is result of interaction between persons, psychological processes and environmental factors. Humans are able to control their behavior through self-regulation process. So self-regulation process again involve three steps. First is self-observation. Humans look at themselves, their behavior, and keep tabs on it for keep track on their actions. Next step involved in the self-regulation process is judgment. Humans compare these self-observations with standard ones. These standards may be rules set by society or the rule set by person himself. Third is the self-response. After self-judgment, human gives self-responses. If his behavior meets the standards, the response will be rewarding. But if the behavior was not as per standard, he will give punishment to himself. This theory also has some educational implications. And what these are, that Bandura's modeling can be understood by the following illustrations. First one, he gets new direction to learning. He emphasized learning as an outcome of social context, which can be gained through observation. In school, Social cognitive theory can be applied in understanding classroom motivation, learning, and achievement. We can also focus on environmental factors which are influencing our students in learning a language. If we motivate our students, if we give them the reinforcement that always influence their language learning, a good environment helps students to learn better and a bad exhibit it. Thank you. Hope this presentation helps you to understand the social theory given by social cognitive theory given by Bandura.